Right, everyone, welcome back for another match here at the Dodgeball Toronto Kickoff 2025. Terry Thrasher joined this time by Dalton McKenzie. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Terry. Thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Probably a little less tired than you are.
That's fair.
I guess.
It's been a long couple of days. Oh, great catch off the start.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Like right away we see both of these teams very fast off the rush, but Cleveland right ready off the rush to make that catch. So say an elite top seed coming in here. Shred was, I think, technically the 3rd or 4th seed after round robin. Did you guys end up playing either of these sides?
No. So Riptide didn't play either of these teams. The team that Riptide lost to in playoffs was Fury, and St. Elite knocked them out in the last round.
It's such a deep tournament. It's pretty tough when you're still in playoff quarterfinals and you're facing teams like this.
For sure.
We saw Shred here earlier. They do a lot of faking. They've got great solo shots, as we see Dan Foley taken out.
Yeah, some of those fakes making the players on Elite move, jump up in the air, and then a little more vulnerable to being hit with a follow-up throw.
And that's why you commit all the energy to those fakes. Look at that, Cruz dropping Ing down to the ground, just showing that he can. Didn't take the shot.
Yeah, that was very patient from the Shred side, for sure.
I like they seem to mix up their timing a little bit. We saw Payan there stepping into one right away. So disguising when you're releasing, where you're releasing.
No, it's good to keep your opponents guessing at all the times. Like, if you become predictable, it's easy to dodge you, right? So
yeah, even the best players become a little easier to deal with if you know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Simos takes that shot. Yusuf,
close to the back line.
Just keeping those heels up,
Looks
just
good,
enough.
Yeah.
Good fakes. Ing with the take. And on the St. Elite side, both of these guys, former Team Canada.
That's true.
Balls collide.
Good ball.
Yeah. Everybody's safe in those situations, at least for now. Shred only has one ball. It's in Cruz's hands. He's the target, though. Now they look toward more, but now Ing and Yusuf going to back off. Shred still 4 strong. Okay, they still have to just stay nimble on their feet. You see Shred just really willing, even as they're kind of doing the back pedal, to just let it go.
Yeah, that was great movement and agility from the Elite side. Good hit.
Yusuf's throw catching Simos up high. He's got a very quick release, I find.
Yeah, Yusuf has an excellent release timing for sure.
Good shot from Ing, but Cleveland gets under that with the blocker. Not this time, though. Ing taken out.
A great placement on the ankles as he jumps there.
And Yusuf trying to stay smart, but taken out. That's a great shot by Cleveland to finish things off. Okay, so Shred takes the first point. You get a little replay there of Ing being taken out. And then as we see Yusuf backing up.
Yeah, as you can see there, as one side has 3 and the other side has 1, when you're playing at this level, the people are so fast, it becomes really hard to hold off both sides as they rush you forward and try and take you out. So,
yeah, and are you as a player more comfortable actually coming up and trying to backpedal, or take your shots from further back in the first place?
Well, if people watch me playing, I tend to just run into the chaos, and often I get hit, but sometimes I'll get under the ball too. So
yeah,
I like an aggressive play style personally.
And in those cases, you do make your opponents actually have to eliminate you.
Exactly. Like, either I'm going to take the shot and hit them first, or they have to throw, and hopefully I can survive.
Simos taken out. Payan now taking the shots. The return.
Good away. Oh, nice try.
Everybody going for it. Giovenko taken out as well.
There was great awareness on the pop-up. A good attempt, but didn't quite work out. I think he would have had it if there was no collision there, right?
Probably.
Maybe.
Cleveland was there too, trying to help out his teammate. I think Cleveland was right that he wasn't hit. Ing trying to provide some cover, but Yeah, you don't see a triple out very often at this level, but it does happen. And usually it's because of something like that.
Oh,
nice
nice
catch. Wow. Lions been doing a lot of their throwing from the middle when they set up.
Yeah, as you saw there, he squared up looking for a catch. I think it makes sense for him taking that shot, squaring up for the catch after while someone counters.
Yeah.
Works pretty well for them.
Yeah, I mean, we see how often these teams look for those counters immediately after the throws. So you got to either be in a defensive position or ready for the catch there. John Woo alertly taking out Wheeler and avoiding the incoming counters from Shred. Big move by Woo while he was waiting for a ball.
And good timing from Shred, too, like waiting for that bouncing ball to come into the player. That can be a good opportunity to take them out if they're not paying enough attention. Great follow-up by Dan Foley there.
Pyan and Cleveland taken out, so Simos, who was caught back in earlier, going to have to face down Woo and Foley together. Foley hit, one-on-one. No, Simos does get taken out.
It looks like he didn't think he was out there, but the ref called him out.
Yeah, so I didn't see on the replay there what got him, but he was called out, so Sayan getting 1 point, making it a tie game. Both of these teams loaded with national team caliber players.
Both from Canada and the USA.
Or, in Cody Foley's case, both.
Yeah.
Currently residing in, I think, Calgary, or just outside of Calgary, maybe. Sayan, see how they attack it. Simo's taken out again, a little frustrated. I think he's just, like, his hand on the blocking ball is just getting hit, because he seems very close to being safe. On the attack again, Sayan looking at Giovenko, and they find him. Yep.
Giovenko's definitely a tough opponent to hit out, so when you land a shot on him, I'm sure it feels good for the elite side.
Okay, Ing taken out. There's first blood taken off the Sayan side for this point. Five on three. Pace is a little slow, just a little slow though.
And it's only a little slow because these two teams are capable of being so fast.
Yeah, that's right. It's relative.
Exactly.
And more good lateral motion. I like that. Just making it really hard to know where he's going to end up. And
Estabrooks with the shoelace.
Yep. Wheeler, captain of Shred, just doing the good sport thing, pointing it out, saying we'll wait. Always respect it. Moore's shot coming in hot on Estabrooks.
He's like, okay, your shoelace is tied, you're good to go.
That's right. Cruz ready for that and catches Wu on the back pedal. Great shot from Dylan Cruz.
Shred evening up the count here.
Yeah, sometimes when those balls get thrown in from other courts, the refs do want to make sure the ball ends up on the side that's supposed to get it.
Exactly. You don't want the fate of the game to change because of some outside force for no reason.
All right, so Sayan Elite to the line. Look at the fakes. Yusuf goes cross court, and there's a follow. Josh Sakura trying to catch Dylan Cruz off guard. It didn't work. There's so much great movement on the court from both sides. Sayan going patient. It's Foley this time.
And both throwing and missing.
Yeah. Good back and forth.
As the numbers get down to 2v2, 2v3, sometimes the game can slow down a bit because most players have a ball to block with. And at this level, when when people are elite blockers, it's just harder to get someone out, right? So you have to start using some trickier throws or some good teamwork and timing on your fakes to actually land a hit on someone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's a good hit. And there's another good hit. Okay, so as you were saying, I think that was St. Elite finding some of those trickier shots. A little bit of a curve on the hit that takes out more, and then Cruz trying to go low. And just gets hit kind of on the back as he tried to tuck behind the ball. So, yeah, I think a lot of players have a good fastball as a primary throw, and then at this level, a lot of players will have one or two throws that they use to get through those blocker balls. Something that curves usually.
For sure.
Both teams so fast off the rush. Wheeler, the only one taken out right now.
Shred surviving that volley with no losses.
All right, Wu just putting on pressure. I like that there are a bunch of different ways to put on pressure from the corner, and John Wu, I feel like, does all of them really well. That ball popping up, Foley finds it. Cleveland exits the court.
Yeah, one thing I really love about Wu is the way he's been pressuring like that for many years, and he doesn't seem to slow down. He just keeps up that same level of pressure. Simos with some nice dodges there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. All of the players on the court showing a lot of excellent movement, getting away from those single shots coming in. That's where the conditioning comes in too. It can be exhausting to move like that as the tournament goes on and on. Especially
after a couple of playoff games against really high caliber teams, you start to feel it.
Cruz with a good block popping up, taking a shot. Eng taken out by Payan.
Payan with a nice throw there, yeah.
St. Elite just waiting until that shot clock was almost done. It pays off as Simo's taken out. Good ups again. Josh Sakura, captain of the Saiyan squad.
Elite's playing a very patient, well, they were playing a very patient game there. He can't get that ball after he's out, I don't think.
Yeah, Estabrook has to leave that ball. He was clearly out. One of those things you want to be careful about sometimes. The refs don't want to have to deal with players doing that kind of thing too often.
Yeah, I mean it's a good heads-up play. Like if you're holding a ball in your hand and you get hit out, you want to get that ball to a teammate quickly.
Yeah.
But if you're already out and the ball's not in your possession, unfortunately you can't hand it off.
And the referees talking a little bit.
Switching sides. It looks like the timer's run down. We're going to sudden death.
Yeah, I think that's why that whistle happened. The refs are like, I need a better vantage point from the other side, I guess. Claire Curry and Mark Cisravia as the refs center court. Of course, one of the people running this whole Dodgeball Toronto thing. Payan, just a very confident delivery from the back line. We'll see a few of those from Shred and no blocking potentially. Oh, Payan couldn't find that ball.
He slowed it down but didn't quite get his fingers on it.
Cruz dealing with the pressure of Wu. Foley big fakes. We know he's good at those. Just barely gets that ball.
Good retrieval.
Yeah.
Good coverage from Wu as well to help him secure that ball.
Wow, great throws
Good
from him.
movement, good dodge.
He's still in it.
It's a tough position to be in when you can't block and you're against multiple opponents. Nice throw.
Yeah, St. Elite was in an awkward spot, not a lot of balls in hand. Cruz recognizing a good moment, taking out Youssef. Oh, Cruz finds that one. Brings Wheeler back in. Yeah, I think what they're talking about is, did Cruz have that catch when the second throw came in from Foley? Because if he didn't, Foley is technically alive until the ball is secured. But I think the catch was good and Foley was out before that happened. I think it looks like that's how the refs have ruled as well. Wu ends up being protected by the ball that was on the ground in front of him. Shred with only one ball on their side. That is going to be the target, I'm sure, for Wu. Doesn't connect. Cruz just waiting it out. We were talking about the pressure before. John Wu making a lot of just movements and trying to make sure those opponents don't try to step into a throw while he's the target. He's not going to get to that one, sadly.
That was a good hustle, though. Good effort.
Yeah,
it's tough when Cruz is there with the ball ready to blast him if he goes for it, though.
And I like Cruz didn't let that go, but he did such a heads-up play, too. Just like, I'm ready to take you out.
I think that was good sportsmanship from Cruz, honestly, where, like, he could have just thrown it, like, right at him, you know, maybe hit him in the face as he's diving forward. But he held off until, like, if Wu was able to get to it, I'm sure he would have taken that shot. But because Wu wasn't getting there, he just held it.
Yeah, so pretty even match.
Yeah, 2-2 at the half, so.
Now, I always like to ask players from current teams, when you're in no blocking, do you find that Riptide style changes at all? Do you guys practice it? How do you approach no blocking?
So I feel like our team style doesn't necessarily shift. But me personally as a player, my style shifts because I'm a very aggressive player. I like to get close to the line and you know, drop low and block. Obviously, I can't do that in sudden death. So I have to play a little more conservatively, keep a little more distance, try to survive. But many of my peers are excellent dodgers, really good movement. So for them, I don't think their situation changes too much. But we do try to be mindful of like players on the other team who are good catchers. You know, we don't want to.
Of course.
You know, they might have a ball in their hand ready to block, but they're, you know, as soon as you throw one solo at them, they're dropping it looking for that grab, and we don't want to feed them that easily. We want to make them work for it. So.
Yeah, it's always tricky. I know a lot of players will aim at someone holding a ball because, of course, if they can't get it out of the way in time and get into a good catch, you got a good target, but you don't want to get baited either.
Exactly. Sometimes another teammate leading with a big fake to see if they'll drop that ball can really help you determine whether or not you should take that throw at this time.
Exactly. If they drop the ball and nobody's ready to take shots, and that's pretty good for your side.
Exactly. And then they lose some pressure as well, right? They can't take a throw with that ball until they pick it up again.
One of the things we notice, these teams aren't mixing up their lineups too much. I think Saiyan has literally had the same 6 for each point, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's true. It looks like Shred hasn't really mixed it up much either. Wheeler's sitting at the moment, but
yeah, so they've done a tiny bit of mixing it up.
Yeah, maybe one subbing in it.
Yeah, we've seen, for example, Tillman on the side has been in ball retriever mode for this whole match. Oh, nice catch. Oh, there's another catch. Sorry, another attempt at a catch, but fully taken out. I think both of these teams can thrive on pace, too. If they get one hit, they'll just try to chain it into more and more.
Definitely. Dodgeball, momentum is huge in dodgeball. If you're landing shots on the other team, they start feeling like, oh, we're getting hit, and you start feeling like, oh, we're landing our throws. Oh, this one, man.
Good shot from Yusuf. Bounced off Cleveland, kind of behind his teammates. Nobody with a chance to make a good play on it.
Yeah, in this tournament, the ruling is that you need 2 points of contact within bounds to make that catch. So if it's already deep out of bounds, it's tough to reach out and grab it.
Ooh, just a nice drop.
Barely clipped on the back there.
Giovenko expressing admiration for the shot that got him out there. Something I like seeing about some of these players. Okay, Sakura taking that out. Couldn't quite get those 2 blockers in front. Ken Eng is a great defensive player. See him actually direct where the ball retrievers should send that extra ball. Simos' shot takes him out low though. I mean, it's a tough position.
3-2. Yeah, at this level, occasionally I see players do it, but when you're in like a 1v4, 1v5, the difficulty is that if one of those players on the team with more, they can just trade for you, right? Like you might hit them, but if they also hit you, you're out of players and they win. So you got to be careful about those situations. It's very, very difficult.
That's one of the tactical things some teams will do if they've got a, say, a 2-player or more advantage. They'll just look for those 1-for-1s as often as possible.
Exactly.
Yusuf coming close on Payan. We saw some great fakes out of Giovenco on the left side for Shred. Armsden is in there now for Sayan, so that's their first lineup change as Kenneth Eng gets a break.
And that makes sense. He was left alone at the end there. It's tough when you're alone. Your stamina starts running out, so he's just getting a little breather. I'm sure he'll be back in soon.
Giovenco doing a little shuffle after letting that ball go and missing. Cleveland's going to play out high alone. Okay. He draws some attention, but Simos draws a shot and takes him out. Estebrooks loading up. Oh. And I think that was a double. I think more off Payan, yep.
And so they also got the ball rolling back too, which leaves them with 4. Usually when you're in this kind of number situation, you'll get 4 too often, so it's a good opportunity for an attack there.
And Estebrooks hasn't had a lot of space to throw in this match. I think he is arguably the best arm on an already stacked team, but he's also been a great target choice for Shred.
That's true. Yeah, Estebrooks throws heat. He throws very fast.
Armsden is a great catcher, but that one a little too far off the body. Shred working the numbers of their opponents down, but they're down to 3 themselves. Cleveland with a great throw, but just a little short. There's just one coming out of Say, and there's another. Here comes the flurry. Wu taken out, as is Cleveland. Okay, 1-for-1, of course, favors the team with more players. That's Sayan right now. I hear a whistle. Whistle and a stoppage.
It's interesting when you get into moments where the 2 teams are trying to discuss what happened, because usually it's best to be left up to the refs. I think in this case, the Shred player was calling Sakura safe, but it's unclear at this time.
Yeah, very often I think if I'm on the court and I'm not sure if did something bounce before it got me or whatever, like a quick look over at your opponents. Often people are really good sports here and will say like, yeah, I think that got you, or whatever the case. But if it goes on any longer than that, I feel like you ask the refs to make that call.
Yeah, good to just ask the refs. All right, so Sakura was called safe there.
That ball popping up. It wasn't a spot somebody theoretically could have made a play, but they would have been under siege if they tried.
Exactly. If you're looking up to catch that ball, someone else is going to be nailing you with a shot.
Oh, Giovenco just barely. Look at, you see the respect.
Shorts, it looks like.
Sakura and Giovenco paying respect to each other across the court. Cruz, the hero of that no blocking at the end of the first half. The active feet from Sakura keeping him a little bit safe. Cruz looks very confident back there. Good defense.
Surviving that volley. Elite with a good idea, like 1 ball and 2 following it up, trying to make him move or block and then hit him after, but Sakura with great movement again, dodging 2 back-to-back.
So, yeah, Cruz taking the full crow hop into those throws, so you know they were coming out hot, but well, he was thinking catch maybe. Okay, gets a graze on Foley.
Unfortunately for Cruz, he missed that this ball was rolling back behind him, so then Elite was able to pick up the extra ball.
And Elite being smart about picking up that ball. They know Cruz can let it go with some ferocity without much windup, so as he does again, but Estebrooks was ready. And Cruz just committing. So he's gonna have to look for the full dodge or the full catch here. That is
a good athlete.
I mean, I love the athleticism and the idea, but yeah, Sayan doing the right thing. They showed great patience there.
Well, yeah, Elite very patient. They know that with the caliber of their throws, Cruz is going to have to make some kind of move, and so he makes that move, but they were ready with the fake and then follow up.
You saw it on the replay. That was some kind of move. I mean, I'm not even physically capable of doing that. So. That ties things up at 3. We've got a little under 6 minutes to go. Wheeler's going to go off the sideline as taken out off the rush by Yusuf.
Excellent pressure from Giovenko there.
Does let it go.
Moving up the court so fast, threatening over and over again. I can take this shot right now. I can throw, and then eventually letting go and getting that hit.
Yeah, I love how there's a hit by Cleveland onto Ing. I love how Giovenko uses those fakes to buy himself that space.
Exactly. So in that case, Ing was covering for Josh. Josh through the cross court. Ing was like protecting him, but unfortunately he was left exposed and then got hit out there. Nice shot onto Dan Foley there.
Giovenko and Sakura chatting across. I think they both missed each other, but as you mentioned, Foley taken out. Okay, they look toward Wu. John Wu's had some great moments in this building. I'm sure a lot of people remember the Wu chants in 2017.
Indeed.
And Dick Cruz.
I think Cruz accidentally kicked that ball out of bounds while walking off. That's
no harm done, but great shot by Payan taking out Wu. Yeah, it's interesting that how you exit the court actually can matter sometimes. So
for sure.
Yusuf with an interesting release there, coming pretty close to Giovenko. Josh Sakura and Moody Yusuf out there, facing 3 from Shred. Way to get Cleveland.
2v2.
Cleveland's been so elusive, and he's such a good catcher. Like, incredibly difficult to get on clean shots.
I like this from Moody and Sakura, or Yusuf and Sakura, sorry. Sometimes you just have like a slightly better edge or matchup with an individual person, and being locked into the side of the court that you're used to play on might not work in every situation. So switching sides to find a favorable matchup can be really beneficial to your team.
Yep, just trying to find every edge you can in these moments. Good block. Giovenko's still up in their faces. We know he's willing to take those shots. Oh, Payan bobbles it, finds it. The coverage shot from Sakura missing. And Yusuf hit as well. Shred coming in clutch in those last moments. And Shred, those 2v2s are so hard sometimes. They break down so quickly once the first out happens. I think that was a timeout called by Sayan here.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a good moment to regroup. The game's been very back and forth, and if a couple players are feeling a little tired or a little mentally down, it's nice to get a reset and come into this next point fresh.
Yeah.
Shred's probably looking to chat, what's been going well for us, what's working, let's keep that rolling, let's keep that going. Try and pull ahead another point.
Yeah, and there's not a lot to choose from between these teams. I don't even know if you could say, like, here's a significant adjustment we can make that'll give us an edge at this point. It feels like it's just about who executes the best.
I think one thing, with 3 minutes left on the clock, Elite's going to feel some pressure to get this point. And Shred might be thinking, like, let's make sure we don't feed into like chaos and let things go crazy. We got to like stay focused, stay patient.
And we're redoing the rush. Simo's taking a shot early on, gets Ing. Sayan looking to retaliate. Giovenko again doing that. Buying space, taking a shot, taking out Estabrooks. And Giovenko's so good at that.
Yeah, so he was faking, making everyone on the other team like move and hesitate. And then he threw a nice cross across the body on Estabrooks there.
Great hit onto Yusuf as well. Shred really hitting these shots. They are hoping they can put this match away. Okay, they get Foley. Sakura taken out as well. Once again, it's going to be down to John Woo. Only 6 members of Shred to worry about.
This is a really tough spot to be in for Woo, because if he ends up losing this point, Elite's going to need to come back a couple of points, right? So
yeah,
you don't want to burn too much time off the clock if you were not able to close it. And 1v6, that's really tough to do.
Yeah, and Wu, I think, smartly just playing out so aggressively that he's either going to have a great chance to make hits or he's going to get out quickly. Minute and a half to go. So
in this case, Elite effectively needs to win in the next minute and 10 seconds or so. They need some time on the clock. They're going to play a little faster, a little more aggressive. If they can close at this point in the next minute, then the remaining 10 seconds would leave room for a sudden death point where they could try and tie things up.
And on the flip side, if Shred draws out all those balls the way they did, now they only have to throw one at a time. They can spend 8 or 9 seconds on the clock.
Exactly. Just burn that time down slowly but surely. I think Shred knows that. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. There's a lot of veterans on that side. And I would expect Estabrooks to be a primary thrower for staying in these situations. You can try when they still have 5 or 6 players out there to throw some wild curves and go for some ricochets that might take out more than one player at once, but...
Yeah, so that bounce back off of Estabrooks is unfortunate too, because it's a good hit, but yeah, now they can just literally throw one ball at a time. Effectively, Elite gets 2 more throws at most.
Yeah, and if you're saying you want to see if you can find a quick catch, but...
They need 1 more ball to even have a chance.
Exactly. Oh, Foley trying, and he did get the throw off before he went out, but Cruz and Giovenco know they just need to stay safe.
It's a great game all in all. That was a really close match, lots of back and forth. Great plays from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, these are, as you'd expect this deep into the playoffs, these are 2 excellent teams, just loaded with talent. Really well-played match.
Did these 2 teams face off in the finals at the Clash, or do you remember? I wasn't here for that tournament, so.
What's awkward is I don't remember anymore if that was the finals or the semis, but
fair enough.
They did.
I know they had a previous game that was very intense where Elite took the win, so I guess Shred's getting the revenge this time, but we'll see what happens next time.
Yeah, it's so close between these teams, as we saw a lot of those points coming down to just 1 or 2 players, 1 or 2 moments, and it was only a couple points at the end. So
exactly.
Congrats to Shred. They're going to move on. And it's going to be a basically all-USA final. It looks like Outsiders advanced from the other semifinal. So
okay, then.
So we will next up see Outsiders versus Shred for the gold. That will be coming up. So for Dalton McKenzie, I'm Terry Thrasher, and this is the Dodgeball Toronto Kickoff 2025.